You know, bigots, terror sympathizers, jihadists, they love to bring up the UN. Because originally, the UN was supposed to be an unbiased council that would treat every country fairly and humanely. But you know what? Over the decades, that mission seems to have altered. So why aren't the pro-Palestinian people concerned about what happened in Iran? In fact, many of them came out and said that what was happening in Iran was just to distract from the mythical genocide that Israel was committing. That's bad, right? There's supposed to be a genocide that's bad? What about killing over 40,000 of your own citizens in less than 2 weeks? As opposed to the under 100,000 that it took 2 years to kill in Gaza. Because that's what Iran just did, in case you weren't paying attention. And who are they killing, other than their own citizens? Well, they're killing anyone who says that they, as Iranians, are Persian. They're not Arabic. They have no interest in being Muslim. They're Zoroastrian. So what do we have? The UN Secretary General congratulates Iran on the anniversary of them committing terrorism, taking over a country that didn't want them. All the things that the UN's supposed to object to. Does that sound unbiased? And I want you to stop and read. Wow, Qatar, North Korea, Pakistan, the Hamas, Iran, Iraq, Syria, so many places that are well known out in the world as being humanitarian issues have next to nothing. China, 0. Israel, 173, the only functioning democracy in the Middle East, which is why they get all the shit. Because these people do not want a functioning democracy. They want Islamic colonization, Sharia law. Much like the one guy I just saw this morning, a European leader, who was telling women that eventually they may be forced to wear headscarves and things like that in solidarity with the Muslims in the country. So are the Muslims going to start wearing crosses and tefillin in solidarity with the Jews and the Christians? Somehow I doubt it. One other thing I'd like to bear, well, actually 5 things I need you to bear in mind. According to the UN, there is only one definition for refugee, unless you're Palestinian, at which point not only do you have multiple versions of what a refugee is, but you can pass that status on to your child, which no other refugee can do. They are not supposed to be hiding in schools, churches, mosques, hospitals. That's called the war crime of human shielding. And for everybody, especially Israel, it's a crime, except for the Palestinians. The world does not pay for schools, except for the Palestinians. Military targets amongst civilians is a bad thing to do, and that they do it. Terrorism is supposed to be generally denounced, unless, of course, you're Palestinian. And the UN is not supposed to have any special solidarity day, special agency, or committee for any specific group. Do you want to guess what the exception to that rule is? Now, I know those of you who choose bigotry, choose terrorism, aren't going to pay attention to the facts. Facts are never a terrorist sympathizer's friend. But if you're as honest and fair-minded, as liberal as you tell yourself, what the fuck are you doing supporting all this shit?